We're live. It is 11 a.m. here in the East Coast of the US and 1 a.m. in Korea. Yes, this is our typical time that we go live. So gonna wait for a few people to trickle in. Hello, see a couple of people. I guess we were slightly earlier than usual. Hello. It is our first live broadcast of 2020. Happy New Year, everyone. It's been 5 days here in the US since it's been 2020. And to be honest, personally, it was a really smooth transition for me, at least. Guess end of the year is always slow, right? Everybody's having relaxed time with their families and hopefully our favorite K-pop artists as well. So in terms of what's happening in the K-pop world, it's pretty slow other than obviously the end of the year shows or events, awards. But yeah, I wonder how's everybody doing in this new year? Hello. Yeah, so it's very exciting to be starting the year off with the weekly album, a physical album chart result of the first week of January. So Happy New Year. So yeah, let's take a look at the weekly chart of last week, which was the first week of January. So, hello everyone. We will announce the world's one and only real-time chart, HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart, starting now. This is your host, Joe. And if you're curious about K-pop album sales, please subscribe to Who's Fan TV, this channel, and also like this video. So we will take a look on the album chart rankings of the first week of January, starting now. Let's see, so in the 10th place, 10th place was placed by Monster X, Follow Find You, the 7th mini album, which was sold 1,224 copies. I believe they were in the 10th place last week too. The latest news for Monster X is that they will be releasing a full-length album here in the United States in February. It's called All About Love, and I think it is disclosed that there are 4 to 5 tracks that we already know and love. And of course, because it is a full-length album, so I'm sure there's more to be coming. So very exciting. I think I said this before, but the Korean release of Monsta X's song and the US release have somewhat different feelings to them. And I don't know, like I obviously love the strong performances they do in Korea, but something about the US release is very soft and really good to listen to when you're like winding down or relaxing. So I'm very excited to listen to the new song that's going to come out with this full-length album, which is in February, very soon. So yeah, looking forward to that. And that was Monsta X, Follow Find You, 7th mini album, 1,224 copies. Yeah, someone was good. Yeah, it was. I actually love that song. What was the recent one? Forgetting the title of. something about night. Oh, this bad memory. But yeah, like I love all the songs. And I think someone had a music video too, which was very touching as well. So that was very exciting. Sure, there's gonna be a new title track and a music video for the US release too. So looking forward to that as well. Someone's asking, is this on other than YouTube? Not for now, but we'll be always on going live on YouTube at this very same time every week, Sunday 11 a.m. for East Coast in the US, and 1 a.m. Monday in Korea time. So yeah, please check back often. Yeah, so that was Monster X in the 10th place. Moving on to 9th place. Next is taken by Weixin V, Take Over the Moon, the second mini album, which was sold 1,321 copies within the last week. I think since we've been announcing this weekly chart live, they were constantly on the chart as well. So it's almost like we're running out of things, like good things to say about them. Obviously, everybody's looking forward to their next album, which was announced last week, that they're coming with a new mini album, I believe. And it was actually Kun's birthday in January 1st. So I saw that the hashtag was trending, happy birthday. And the most recent upload on their Weibo and Twitter account was when I think it was visiting Busan, because his background had that famous bridge and also the sea. I guess, I was going to say it could be pretty cold, but I also know that Busan's pretty warm too in terms of weather. So maybe it wasn't too bad as we imagine it here, but it was a beautiful photo, and we constantly are waiting for them to upload their photos on Weibo and also on Twitter. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to their new album as well. That was the 9th place, taken by Weixin V, Take Over the Moon, the second mini album, which was sold 1,321 copies in the first week of January. So this weekly physical album chart is presented by HANTEO Chart, which is the world's one and only real-time album chart. We're up to the 9th place and going on to the 8th place now. 8th place was taken by Hyuk. His mini album, The Winter Butterfly, was sold 1,634 copies. I'm reading off of this Korean title, so I remember maybe it was a different title. Give me 1 second. So I think that album was also on the weekly chart. Yes, it is Winter Butterfly, sorry. Always I have to be careful because sometimes, very rarely, they have a different English title. So just double checking. It is called Winter Butterfly by Hyuk of Fix, which took the 8th place of HANTEO's weekly physical album chart of January, the first week. He recently finished his first solo concert called 2019 Hyuk Live Today. I think everybody was really excited for his solo act, and we really wish the best of luck for his rest of the journey. And Winter Butterfly, I think I said a couple of weeks ago, it's a beautiful song. Definitely give it a listen if you haven't. Yes, he is the maknae of VIX with a beautiful, beautiful voice. That was in the 8th place, Hyuk of VIX. Winter Butterfly, the mini album, which was sold 1,634 copies in the first week of January. Moving on to the 7th place, which 7th place was taken by BTS. This is Map of the Soul Persona. That was sold 1,942 copies within the last week. I think they were also on the 7th place last week as well. I think They recently won the Golden Disc 2020 with their digital streaming as well as the album, and that was the grand prize basically. So it's even if they didn't appear on the show, they still basically won the award. So that's pretty awesome, and that's apparently also a record of winning both digital streaming and physical albums. So congratulations. Yay. And they met the famous penguin character. I don't know if the international fans are aware of this character, but there's a very famous penguin character on EBS called Pengsu. It was like a giant deal, and it is still a giant deal in Korea on YouTube and like different media outlets as well. But that character basically danced with BTS along with Boy With Love, and that became a huge topic in Korean media as well. So that was very exciting. And obviously on the US side, the New Year's Eve happened in Times Square. I think BTS also turned on the V Live in the New Year's Eve when Korea was basically turning into the 2020 year, and they were actually in New York, I believe, at that point, so they were barely awake, which was kind of cute too. But I think on Twitter the Jimin hashtag was trending for like good several hours, because when he was dancing Boy With Love, his jacket sort of accidentally flipped over his head, which was very cute. You can just search like Jimin jacket or something like that, and you can probably see the clip still. So yeah, it was a huge thing here, and probably a lot of people listened to Make It Right as the first K-pop song of the year because of the New Year's Eve show. So yeah, that was pretty exciting for us K-pop fans here in the US, and I'm sure all over the world as well. Yep, so that was 7th place, taken by BTS's Map of the Soul Persona, sold 1,942 copies in the first week of January. Somebody's liking Jimin's fashion. I mean, I think, wasn't he like not even nominated? He was like picked as the first place of like the best dressed like celebrity, like basically all over the world, not even just K-pop. So by now, I think everybody knows. Yeah, so moving on to the 6th place. 6th place is taken by Nam Woo-hyun of Infinite, which was his second solo concert called Sikmogil 2. Sikmogil is basically Arbor Day in Korean. And his solo concert came out in a DVD / Kino format, I believe. And that was sold 2,329 copies within the last week. So this was the DVD of his solo concert that was held in the August of 2019. And it was officially released starting the 3rd of this, not this month anymore, but December. It is this month, January the 3rd. And he actually went off to the military service late last year, but his new DVD of the solo concert is out, which was obviously strongly supported by the fans and ranked 6th in the weekly physical album chart. So congratulations, amazing. Hope the best of luck in the military service, and I'm sure all the fans are already waiting for him to come back. But yeah, hopefully we can continue to listen and see the good music and performance from Nam Woo-hyun even after he comes back after his service. Oh yeah. So that was 6th place, taken by Nam Woo-hyun's from Infinite. The 2019 second solo concert, Arbor Day 2, which was sold 2,329 copies in the first week of January. This weekly physical album chart result is presented by HANTEO Chart, and this data is based on the physical media that's sold from all over the world. So if you are a fan of your artist and purchased an album within the last week, that is included in this result of the first week of January weekly album chart. Oh, yeah, someone's telling me Sungyu will be back soon too. Yeah, I don't know. I really miss listening to Infinite's music. I think that they were one of the first K-pop idols that I actually gave a listen to. And as you can tell, it's not been too super long time for me that I since listened to K-pop. So I think their style is kind of unique, even still in this time and era in K-pop. So yeah, that'd be amazing. Can't wait for them to come back as a whole group, and if not as a solo act or even just smaller subunit would be awesome too. Yeah, moving on to the fifth place now. Fifth place was taken by EXO's Obsession EXO and XXO version, which was sold 2,660 copies within the last week. And obviously, their solo concert happened last week. From 29th to 31st of December for 3 days, which was called Exoplanet Exploration Dot. And like we mentioned last week, the very last concert on 31st was broadcasted live worldwide through Naver V Live Plus. And also there was a big issue or hot topic around how Dio visited the concert during his break from the service. And there were a lot of fans who were uploading the camera and I think some funny remarks on how the security couldn't catch him because he was the Dio of EXO while he was taking some photos with his camera and his phone. So that was interesting too. But yeah, it was really nice to see all the XOLs who actually got to go to the concert really enjoyed this show, as well as those who got to watch the streaming live online as well. Yeah, I see the Korean comment how you watched the show on V Live and how Baekhyun's blue hair is beautiful. And Kai is a bear. Great. Oh, that bear emoji is really cute. Yeah, so that was EXO on the fifth place. Obsession, EXO, and XXO version sold 2,660 copies within the last week, which was the first week of January. Moving on to the fourth place. Fourth place was taken by IU, and her love poem, The Fifth mini album, was sold 3,026 copies. Her recent tour, the Asian tour, called Love Poem, the same as the album, was successfully finished, and a total of 90,000 audiences and fans came to see her performance. And I believe the very last stop of her tour was in Indonesia, Jakarta. And that was on the 29th of December, which it was a long journey, I believe, for her. I think the very first concert of this whole tour was held in Korea in early November. So it was in the span of 2 months that she went to visit all the different fans living in different Asian countries. So yeah, really congratulations on successfully finishing the tour, and looking forward to see her more often now that the concert is over. And I guess because the tour is over, there was an announcement how she is going to appear on the new movie called A Dream for Now, directed by the famous actor slash producer Lee Byung-hun. And yeah, I think the fans of IU are always like going back and forth between listening to music, watching the TV shows / movies, and yeah, this is another switch, and we're just gonna wait until I mean, I'm sure it's an amazing movie comes out, so maybe an OST would be nice too. Yes, yeah, I guess her most recent TV appearance was Hotel de Luna. That I personally don't watch as much Korean TV as I should be watching. But I only heard good things about the show, and I'm willing to give it a try, like making this special exception. So yeah, I'm very excited for these movies as well. Yeah, so that was fourth place taken by IU. Love Poem, the fifth mini album that was sold 3,026 copies in the first week of January 2020. Okay, next up is third place. Third place was taken by also a female group, Red Velvet. Their album, The Re-Festival Finale, the finale version, was sold 6,871 copies in the last week. And as you know, their title track is called Psycho. And even without the appearances on music shows, they still won the first place in all the music shows like Music Bank, Music Core, Inkigayo, etc. So you can sort of tell how well the physical album, and also the digital streaming is doing. And I'm sure the Rebel personally love seeing groups or artists performing live on TV as well as in concerts. So it's a little bummer personally for me that we don't get to see the performances on the TV shows, but still, great feat. Congratulations. And also a awesome result on the weekly chart as well. So that was third place, Red Velvet. The album's called The Re-Festival Finale version, just sold 6,871 copies in the first week of January. Yes, and as you know, this weekly physical album chart result is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time album chart. And we are only left with 2 albums that were sold within the last week that placed first and second. Any guesses on the first and second? I mean, I think this week we're seeing a lot of new albums rather that we didn't get to talk about within the past weeks. So that's exciting, and that means new albums are constantly coming out. Always a good thing. So very excited to jump into 2020 with all the amazing works of the K-pop artists. And having said that, we're gonna announce the second place. Second place was taken by Stray Kids. The album's called Clayla Mancher and was sold 8,902 copies in the last week. So yeah, of course, we've seen this album since its release on our weekly charts, but they totally deserve it. And again, they placed second place, which is super high on the weekly charts. And I guess the most recent news is that Seungmin, one of the members, caught a flu, and he couldn't participate in the esports leg of the idol. What's called in English exactly? I think there's a name for it, but you know how a bunch of idols gather together and basically compete each other, and all the fans just basically watch them doing their things. But there was an esports leg of that, and he couldn't participate in that as scheduled, and he also couldn't participate in the fan signing as well. So too bad. Very disappointing news for Stays, but hopefully it gets better soon. And also careful with the cold and flu. It's awful, especially the flu. So please stay warm and feed yourselves well to not catch the flu or cold. And hopefully Seungmin gets well soon too. The Stray Kids, this song, the latest title track is awesome. The performance is great too. Yes, thank you. Idol Athletics Championship. I knew, I was like, it had some acronyms and I can't remember. But yeah, it was Idol Athletics Championship, and Sumin couldn't participate in the esports as was planned. So yeah, and then that very Idol Athletics Championship will be airing on TV in the late January when it's Lunar New Year in Korea. So looking forward to that as well. Okay, so that was Stray Kids. The second place was Clue Adventure, sold 8,902 copies in the first week of January. Okay, and we're only left with the first place. First place of HANTEO charts, weekly physical album chart of the first week of January was taken by Taeyeon's Purpose. And the album was sold 10,203 copies within the last week. I don't know, personally I was surprised by this result because it's been a while since this album was released, but here she is because she is that awesome. And I think when we think about female solo artists of Korea, I think Taeyeon's name is definitely on top of the list. Her singing obviously is amazing, as everybody knows, since her active promotion with Girls' Generation when they were active as the second generation idols as well. And she actually recently announced that she's going to release the repackaged album on the coming 13th of January through Naver Now Internet Radio DJ. Very exciting new album. Always looking forward to the great result that Sonis are going to make for Taeyeon's new album. And repackaged always means it's a bigger album, so we'll probably see more photos, gorgeous photos of Taeyeon as well. And she's also scheduled to have a concert called The Unseen in Seoul's Olympic Park. So that's also a great news. I'll always support the solo/group concerts, new album release. So there's a really lot of good things scheduled for Taeyeon for 2020. So get excited. And yeah, that was Taeyeon's Purpose in the first place of HANTEO charts weekly physical album chart first week of January with 10,203 copies sold. Congratulations. Oh yeah, she also recently recorded the Into the Unknown, which is the Frozen 2 song, which is like, she basically had an official right to record the song and release it, and that was beautiful as well. Again, the female solo artists of Korea. So yeah, that was everybody on the weekly physical album chart of first week of January. So we're just gonna go down the list, announce everybody's name, and congratulate them as usual. So the first place, like we just said, was placed by Taeyeon's Purpose, which was sold 10,203 copies. And second place was Stray Kids, Clue Adventure, 8,902 copies. And third place was taken by Red Velvet's The Re-Festival finale version, 6,871 copies. And fourth place was IU's Love Poem, the fifth mini album, that was sold 3,026 copies. And the fifth place was EXO's Obsession EXO and XXO version, 2,660 copies. And sixth place was Namuhyun's Shingmogul 2, 2019 second solo concert DVD. It sold 2,329 copies. And in seventh place was BTS Met the Soul Persona, 1,972 copies sold. And eighth place is Hyuk, Wonder Butterfly mini album, sold 1,634 copies. Ninth place was taken by Weixin V's Take Over the Moon, the second mini album, 1,321 copies sold. And last but not least, Monsta X, Follow Find You, the seventh mini album that was sold 1,224 copies. So yeah, that was everybody on the first week of January's physical album charts. And if you are curious of how many new albums will be counted during the upcoming week, you can obviously check back to this live stream next week, but also check out the weekly physical album chart in the Who's Fan app. If you search Who's Fan in your app store, you can find the app. And within the app, you can see the weekly album chart, monthly album chart, daily, and star chart, which all the fans in all over the world are basically helping their favorite artists to come up the charts. So definitely check that out as well. And yeah, that was it for this week's broadcast. Yes, Happy New Year again, everyone. I can't believe it's 2020. It's a different decade. Very excited to see what's coming. I mean, I think I'm just looking back at 2010s, right? Everything basically changed within K-pop as well, and very excited to see where we stand in the end of 2020s and see what happens in the K-pop world. That'll be very exciting. I wish I could continue doing this for 10 years until then and see what happens, right? So yeah, this year, 2020, we have a lot of things planned as well on this channel for Who's Fan TV. So don't forget to subscribe to Who's Fan TV channel and also like this video. Yay. So yeah, thank you so much for watching again today. And this was your host, Jo, so far. Hope to see you next week again in the second week of January. Okay. Yeah, have a great week, everyone, and see you next week. Bye.